today I'm going to take a look at this Stellar USD, BTC, and ETH pair. So what you see right now is a weekly chart from the Binance exchange. I'm not using Poloniex this time for some reason. But actually I can tell you the reason, because we had a nasty wick on the Poloniex chart. The STR USD pair, we had a really nasty wick to the downside. There is lack of liquidity there because they have disabled the deposits and withdrawals on that website. So I'm not using that. Instead, I'm using the XLM USD pair, and this is calculated by TradingView. You have XLM USDT pair on Binance as well, but this has a longer history, so I'm using this one. Okay, so I see that Stellar might bounce at around 0.074 because this is the outline of this Ichimoku cloud, and there's a possibility that we may accumulate here for a few days or so, and then we can touch this very level, and then we can have a break to the upside. So we may break out at around in the first week or second week of November to our journey to the Nirvana land. So we have bearish divergence on the MACD. It is not good, but we can hang around in this very level from 0.074 and 0.085 or so before we make the move to the upside. That's totally possible. The weekly is looking just fine, I would say. That said, we are below the 20-day moving average, which is not good. It is acting as resistance right now, but we are very close to it, and we may break above it in the first or second week of November. So Stellar Meridian 2020 conference is coming, and we can have some huge announcements around that time as well. And the technicals and the fundamentals clearly suggest that we can have a huge rally in the November and December of 2020. So the year is looking good for the Stellar. Let's take a look at the Stellar BTC pair. Again, on the BTC pair as well, on the Poloniex, which I normally use, we had a nasty wick to the downside. I didn't touch 127 sats. Ridiculous. Again, liquidity issues. I don't blame them for this. So let's use some other exchange for this. XLM BTC, the Binance, this is better. It has less price history compared to Poloniex, but there's decent liquidity here. So I'll be using this. So you can see that we are below this Ichimoku cloud. It is acting as resistance. Unfortunately, we are not inside this cloud, which is what I wanted to see. Back in month of June, we were actually able to close inside this cloud, and I would have preferred it to stay inside this cloud and then break to the upside. Unfortunately, due to the heavy selling pressure and the bearish MACD, we went to the downside. It's not what I wanted to see. Unfortunately, that is what has happened. This is why you need stop losses. Anyway, I'm not sold my Stellar. In fact, I'm buying more Stellar at these levels. Any Stellar below 600 sats is godsend. This is what I'm doing right now, and I still see Stellar moving to the upside on the BTC pair as well. If we have some really nice announcement at the Stellar Meridian 2020 conference, so I still see Stellar recovering on its BTC pair and then moving to the upside, because the resistance is very less around this area, and normally this is where you see breakouts. Let me open the Stellar BTC pair on the Poloniex exchange, because this is what exactly happened in the past as well. So ignore this wick. So you can see that in the past we had this nasty accumulation in the month of April 2017. You can see that when the resistance on the Ichimoku got less, we accumulated for a couple of weeks, and then we had a huge move to the upside. So I'm expecting something similar of this sort this year as well, 2020. So the end of 2020 for this element is looking great. So we may see a huge move to the upside in the coming month, and that can take us to around 2600 sats. Let's take a look at this Stellar Ethereum pair real quick. So this is the Ethereum pair, and we are underperforming against Ethereum, but the selling pressure seems to have reduced a lot, in the coming weeks or so. We're still below the 20-day moving average. That's not good. But again, if the stellar BTC bear pumps, and I think it will, we may see a huge pump to the upside, just like last time. You can see that we had huge green wicks. So this is what I also think is going to happen, probably by the end of this year. So that's all about it. Hope you like my video. It's a great time to accumulate more and more Stellar, to make use of this opportunity. That's all about it. Hope you like this video, and say subscribe for more cryptocurrency and ICO news. Bye bye.